West Side Decorating Center. And a good morning to you. Last hour we had open phones, but only positive things. This hour, a traditional open phone hour, whatever you'd like to talk about. If you got more positives, we'll be happy to hear them. 989-752-6111 is the number to call to participate in the program, and we thank everybody who called up last hour. We had had a number of people suggest that we do something like that, and we did. So thank you much for participating. But for this hour, regular open lines, whatever you'd like to chat about. Pulled something down from the Free Press, written by Carlos Menarez. The headline says it all in this day and age of sports. Alex Anzalone contract drama is part of a price Detroit Lions must pay for their success. Anzalone is seeking a contract extension and expressed his disappointment with the team because the Lions, they face a difficult decision as they balance rewarding loyalty with but at the same time maintaining future financial flexibility. So all of a sudden, they have issues because of their success. Well, hey, listen, if that's the worst that happens because of success, keep being successful. What can I tell you? Let's go to the phones. We'll talk to Terry, who is in Cawcolin. Terry, good morning.
Good morning, Art. What's going on with the old Tom Sullivan show? Are you going to keep get any new programming? Or
well, right now we have the American Stories in there. It is being looked at, but what that future may be, I can't tell you. Tom, of course, retired out of radio, so he is only doing podcasts now, so he is no longer available to us. And the transition, temporary, at least for now, is the American Stories. But what the future holds, it's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I'd like to see somebody like Jim Bohannon or somebody like that.
Well, he retired out. He's.
I realize that he's deceased.
Yeah. So it's there are a plethora of shows available. Question is, the question is which one fits us best. And for now, anyway, we've got the American Stories until that's determined.
Okay.
But it's talked about a lot, I'll tell you that. It's not something that's being ignored. It's just, what's the right fit? And that's to be determined.
Okay.
All right, Terry, thanks.
I'll be listening. Thank you.
Good. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Yep, this is the nature of broadcasting is, when a talent decides to retire like Tom Sullivan did, it leaves a hole, in this case 3 hours. And lots of decisions have to be made as to what you replace it with and for how long. So it's a constant. Listen, it's the same thing as. Here's an example. Like, what did CBS just do? They dumped Colbert next May, and they said it was a financial decision. They're losing millions and millions of dollars on the show. Now, there are those who believe there was probably some politics involved too, but that's beside the point. Fact is, broadcasting is a continuum of change. It always changes. Hit shows come and go. Bad shows come and go. And you're always looking for that next thing to put in. And remember, First and foremost, this is a business. So whatever you put in, you want to be successful because that's good for your bottom line as a business. And thus the nature of the beast. But first and foremost, it's anyone in the media will tell you, television has to have viewers, radio has to have listeners, newspapers have to have readers, even social media has to have hits and clicks in order for anybody to make money. So you're always looking for content that draws the most people. It's how you stay awake. It's how you stay in business. So we are no different than any other media company in the fact that things have to be considered and put in perspective as to how they fit into what we're doing and what our audience wants. Sometimes you get a home run. Sometimes you strike out. There are no guarantees. There is one guarantee, and that is that you can't please everyone. I can guarantee you, no matter what we put in that time slot, which recently was 6 to 9 p.m., there are going to be those that love it and those that don't. Guaranteed. It is rare, if not impossible, to find something that everybody likes. Very, very rare indeed. All right. Lines open for you. It's an open line hour. Whatever you'd like to chat about, 989-752-6111. 'Tis the number to call. And how was your sleep last night? Today's workers are asked to do more for less. So, when you go to bed and you theoretically spend a third of your life there, you need quality sleep. And you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you are using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And they feature a 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home. And if you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you. Sanitary Mattress. You visit Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom, 5343 James Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them online at sanitarymattress.com or call them at 989-753-1757. Sanitary Mattress, serving the Great Lakes Bay region since 1935.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of...
People starving to death in Gaza right now. Israel is not letting food trucks in or water trucks in or medicine in, and it seems like an attack on the civilians. I just wonder, do you have any thoughts about this, or how do you feel about it?
I think from a humanitarian basis, they should let that stuff in. And I think President Trump has told Netanyahu the same thing. But Bibi Netanyahu is, he lives in his own world, and he does what he wants when he wants to. And
well, apparently,
sometimes for good reason, other times I'm not so sure. But beyond that, though, I think that humanitarian aid should take precedent. I think the need to go in there.
I know he's trying to force the civilians to turn against Hamas. I don't know if that's realistic or if it could even happen.
No, that's not what he's doing. What he's trying to do
in Russia.
That's not what he's doing.
Pardon?
That's not what he's doing.
Well,
what he's doing is eliminating Hamas. Period.
Well,
he's trying to bomb them out of existence.
Yeah, but the civilians are in the middle.
Well, aren't they always in a conflict? Name a war where the civilians
Yeah.
haven't been in the middle. It's
Well,
true in the
I don't know,
Ukraine.
not
It's true every.
Not
You,
like this.
oh, yeah, I kind of think so. But
Well,
it's not. I'm not saying it's right. I think the aid needs to get through and needs to be safely escorted. Now, at the same time, you have to remember a while back they let aid in, but Hamas got it all. People never got it. So they have to figure out a way to be able to distribute it among those who are in need. Just opening the border and sending the trucks in doesn't guarantee anything.
well, it's just, in the meantime, people, children are starving to death.
Yeah, I
No,
understand
it's
that, and that needs to be taken care of.
Okay, I just, it just makes me feel bad. And I have a feeling Netanyahu is doing this more for his own political needs, not for the security of Israel,
No,
but for his own.
no.
Well,
It is always. I don't care who's been. I don't care who's been in that chair. It's always been for the security of Israel.
Okay. Well, and then also there are settlers in the West Bank that are attacking Christian Palestinians. Yeah, there was an American who was just killed by settlers in the West Bank. And that just seems to be what's going on in Israel right now. Is that it's just like a war. It seems like a war on the civilians.
So what do we do? Forget about October?
than-
Should we forget about October 7th?
No, but I
Good.
don't think two wrongs don't make a right.
No, but you got to defend
in my
yourself.
book. Well, but when does defense, and then just like retribution take over?
That's a good question, and I don't have an answer.
Yeah, neither do I.
All right.
All right. Thanks for
Good
listening,
enough.
Art.
You bet. Bye-bye now. And let's chat with Mike in Saginaw. Mike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Art.
Good morning.
First time caller, long time listener.
Oh, glad to have you.
Yeah, great to be here. Just wanted to say, I kind of wanted to piggyback from last hour because you had a great hour positive, so no politics coming out of me right now. So, born and raised in Saginaw. Like you, everything you were saying about the Great Lakes Bay region, love it here. Never going to leave. Just give you just real quick. I also went to school with two local greats, Brian James and Todd Hall.
Oh, did you? Really? No kidding.
Yep. So we actually played football with Todd. So we had interesting stories in that sometime for a different time.
Yeah.
But two things I'm grateful for. I got a great wife and a great son, and two great things that happened to me, happened to us as a family, I should say, over the years. My wife, she's a sweepstaker. She plays a lot of different sweepstakes, and she's been a very lucky person, so we've been blessed. I've taken multiple trips that she's won, things like Punta Cana, just a really great lucky lady. And the biggest thing she won was home in 2009 in Port St. Lucie, Florida. We had a HGTV gives away 2 homes a year, so she won one of their houses.
No kidding.
So it was on the local news here, but it was in the summertime, so I think a lot got missed.
But most importantly, did she win the husband sweepstakes?
Right. Well, that could be debatable. And then that's the first biggest thing that's happened in our life. And then the other one was my son a few years back. He would have been 17, I believe. He tried out for American Idol and got on the show.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that was quite an accomplishment. He didn't make it past the first round, but just to be on it was impressive in itself. And he played in front of would have been Luke Perry, Luke Bryant, is it?
Yeah,
Katy Perry,
Katy.
and Lionel Richie.
Right. Does he play in a band today, or is he still in music?
He plays mostly around family. I'm trying to get him to branch out more. We're a talented family of music. My niece and my nephew, they've actually played at Party at McCarty. Just on the side. It was kind of a side gig. They're kind of in between some of the sets over the years.
Yep.
They didn't play this year, but so it's the talent. Not for me, but I got sisters and a lot of us in town. A lot of the family has talent.
No, that's good.
So I wanted to just call in to give you some more positive
Good.
information. So,
Glad you did.
good talking to you.
Same here, Mike. Thanks. Bye-bye now. And let's go to Shepherd and talk to Mark this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Art. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Hey, have you driven through All Gray lately?
No. It's been a while.
Yeah. It's not a bad area up there. They got a little place where you go fishing and stuff like that. I think the town could probably use 2 bait shops up in that area. But the reason why I'm calling is there was a proposal to build a $9 million sports dome in that small little town of 1,000 people. What do you think it's going to cost those taxpayers to pay for a $9 million sports dome?
I have no idea. What did they want to put in that sports dome? Just for rent or what?
Just local school stuff. Just
For school. Oh, so the schools want it for an athletic facility.
Correct.
Well,
$9 million, though. I don't even think they have 1,000 people living in that town. So
I don't know.
That by however long it takes to pay that.
Is it just the town or is it the county?
I think it's just the town, All Gray.
Don't know.
Yeah. So I saw that story come up, and I was like, holy smokes.
But here's the other side of it.
All right.
It's up for them to choose, isn't it? If they want to pay the bill,
Yeah.
they can pay the bill.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
It's interesting, though. I don't know why. I would have to look more into it. That piques my interest now.
All righty, sir. You have a good one.
Good enough. Thanks, Mark. Bye-bye now. 989-752-6111 is the number to call to chime in this morning. Here on the Art Lewis Show, it is already the 24th, believe it or not, 24th of the month of July. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
Jeff Gronsky here with AutoBright.
And we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show. We'll get back to our phones and talk to Paul, who's up in Bangor Township. Paul, good morning.
Good morning. I was also confused about what's happening in Gaza. And the other day I saw an interview on Epoch Times. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
I find them to be very accurate. And it turns out, they explained it that Hamas, it tries to control all the food that goes in and out of there. And unfortunately, the UN is so corrupt that, they cooperate with that. But there's an organization called the Gaza Humanitarian Fund, which is sponsored by American funds or not government. It's
private,
non-government.
Charitable.
And they've been able to distribute 70 million meals in the last several years. And the reason they do that is because they have some protection from Israel. But even so, they have lost 12 of their workers have been killed by Hamas.
Yep.
Trying to discourage them from getting in there. So there is something happening. And, it's good because America is supporting it. But it's just that Hamas wants to control everything. And makes it hard.
Yeah, which is why Israel's trying to eliminate them altogether.
Exactly. Yeah, and they always get blamed for the deaths or the shooting, and we don't ever hear the other side of the story.
Well, it really upset me for a long time because all we heard was all the negatives that Israel was doing in Gaza, And at no time did they talk about why it happened in the first place. It's like October 7th didn't matter. And I'm going, wait a minute here. This is a two-way street, So,
all right. So, I mean, things are happening. Good things.
That's a good thing.
All right.
Paul, thanks. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye now. And that's what I said to Carl earlier. I said one of the reasons is that the food gets in and Hamas grabs it and doesn't distribute it. It's nice to know there's an organization trying to find a way around it. But Audie Murphy said war is hell. And I don't care whether it's a big one or a little one. Because civilians always get caught in the middle. Always get caught in the middle. It's the nature of the beast. And particularly when some of the organizations use civilians as shields to protect themselves, that really inflates the danger level. And I don't know the answer in the Middle East. It's 2,000 plus years of history. If you think you can wave a wand and solve it, forget it. Ain't going to happen. But at some point in time, Israel and all of its surrounding neighbors are going to have to sit down and come to a peaceful agreement as to how they each survive in their own land. And I've said before, and remember, I'm a Jewish kid from the Bronx. You would think I'm going to be pro-Israel all the time. I am most of the time. But like anything else in life, when they do something that I don't agree with, I'm going to say so. I think it's time for the military exercise to back off and become a humanitarian exercise, because I really think they'll gain more with kindness than they will with artillery. But I have said, much to the chagrin of some of my family and colleagues, that they ought to establish a two-state solution, that there should be a legally formed political entity called Palestine that rules itself but respects its neighbors. Now, I can sit here and say that. I can say a lot of things, none of which will come true. For example, I have always thought there should be a triad of leadership in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is an important city for almost all religions. Jews, the Christians, the Muslims. So I think there should be a triad of rulers representing each of those factions that govern the city, and that be set up as almost a Vatican-like city-state. I think that would go a long way to mutual understanding and getting along. I've also said for many, many years that I thought there ought to be a mandatory course in high school or college called comparative religion, so that you study the religions of the world and you understand why people think what they think, why they believe what they believe, and we have a better understanding of each other. Those are the things I wish for. They may be wishful thinking, but wishful thinking doesn't cost you anything. We'll take a break and be back. The line's open for you. We'll get to Dwayne when we return. And we return here on WSGW, and we get back to our phones. We go to Reese and talk to Dwayne this morning. Good morning, Dwayne.
Good morning. Yesterday afternoon, AM side went dead.
About the radio station, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. We had a technical issue.
Oh, okay. So I switched over to FM side as I was listening to Sean Hannity.
Yep.
It come in, but it wasn't coming in very loud for some reason. Yeah. So, okay.
Well, anytime you deal with electronics, you can expect to have technical issues. We had them, and they seem to come in bunches.
Yeah. Like I said, about 5 o'clock, I lost Sean Hannity. So I went to FM, and it come in, but not as loud. Because I usually got my radio up here by the garage, and I was sitting underneath my tree in the shade, and I could hear it, but not quite as loud as I would like to. Okay, but
yeah. Well, at least you could hear it.
Yeah, because I like, at 6 o'clock, I like listening to the American stories.
Oh, good.
And some of them I've heard 2 or 3 times. I heard, I think, Billy the Kid already 3 times, and I'll listen to it again if they have it on.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right.
Yeah, I liked about 90% of the ones they got on.
Well, we're glad to hear it.
Yeah, so, okay.
Very good,
Well,
Dwayne.
thank you. Enjoy this nice, cool weather. So, okay.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Find that shade
Thank
tree.
you.
All right. Take care.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
when I got left of the shade tree, when that windstorm coming through in May,
Oh,
I got 2 trees in the front yard that are miniature pear trees, and I only got about a quarter of each one left.
Wow.
The one got cut up. The other half still laid in my grass yet to be cut up. But yeah, I lost about 3/4 of both my miniature pear trees, and they're like 20 foot tall.
Wow. Do you get fruit off of them normally?
The birds.
Yeah.
No, all right, they're miniature pears. What they look like are peas.
Oh, real small. Okay.
Yeah, they're real small.
Yeah.
And these trees do not lose their leaves come December. You come January, February, there's still leaves on there. There's still pears on there, and it feeds the birds.
I guess it does.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good
Thank
enough.
you. Have a
Dwayne,
good
appreciate
weekend.
it. Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Yeah, the weather, just as a reminder, and I know it's not one you want to hear, they're saying that the temperature today could reach 95 degrees, 70-some-odd% humidity, which is going to drive the feels like up over 100, particularly in the mid-afternoon hour, 2, 3 o'clock. So make sure you stay hydrated. If you have pets, don't leave them out in the hot sun. Provide them with plenty of water and shade if they're outside. Now, my little guy, all 11.5 pounds of him, he'll go out, and if it's real hot, he does what he has to do, and then he's right back at the door. He doesn't want any part of it. So I don't have to worry about him. He's real happy indoors in the air conditioning. But we do have to remember him because it's going to be hot and sticky. Here's a article I pulled from the Free Press, written by Arpan Lobo. I love this headline because we've talked about this before on the air. Cursive comeback. A bill would return cursive instruction to Michigan public schools. It has not been part of Michigan's curriculum standards since 2010. Representative Brenda Carter, a Democrat in Pontiac, has reintroduced legislation to return cursive to the state's public schools. And the State House of Representatives reintroduced legislation that would create a curriculum plan for districts around the state. Now, here's my kind of paradox on all this.